Most people think home workouts are only good for beginners, but what if I told you there's a method so effective that you can go from struggling with knee push-ups to achieving your dream physique all from the comfort of your own room? At 18 years old, I have managed to build a quite decent physique just by training in my room, and I'm gonna tell you how you can do it yourself as well, the quite underrated way of training. But before I tell you about this method, let's look at your options if you want to work out at home. You can watch 10-minute follow-along workout videos that can be fun in the beginning, but not so effective later on. Maybe you use a workout app that doesn't really know your training level and just recommends random workouts that are way too hard or way too easy. And there's always the option to start training for calisthenics skills, but they are simply just too challenging to learn, because you don't have the base level of strength yet. Here's what worked for me and what I recommend you try out as well. Weighted calisthenics on gymnastic rings. As the name suggests, it consists of doing the familiar bodyweight exercises on rings with added weight. I'm telling you, this is extremely underrated. It is effective, fun, and quite accessible. When starting out, all you need is a pair of rings and a place to hang them from. You can worry about weights later. So, let me tell you how and why you should try trying this in the first place. First of all, it's really fun. If you like to do bodyweight exercises, say pull-ups, push-ups, dips, rows, and so on, but aren't that interested in skill training, doing these exercises on rings takes them to the next level. And when you're ready, you can add weights as well, so progressive overload won't be a problem. Some of my favorites are decline ring push-ups, ring dips, and ring rows. However, the list of exercises you can do on rings is far greater than just these three. You can even isolate your biceps, triceps, and upper back, hitting every muscle group, even your legs. Now, lots of people worry about the cost of this setup, but in reality, a pair of rings is roughly the equivalent of a monthly gym membership. Add in a pull-up bar and some spin-lock dumbbells, and you got the full setup for the price of only 3 months at the gym. And this setup is for life. You buy it once and you're set. Also, you purchase this equipment gradually as you progress, so it's like in a game where gaining strength unlocks new gear. It's fun, doesn't cost much, and gets you jacked in no time. This unusual type of training allowed me to go from being able to do some knee push-ups on the floor to smashing decline push-ups with more than 40 kgs with 88 pounds added. And I know it's ultra specific, but it does take a decent amount of strength to do this. So, after I had a solid base of bodyweight strength, I decided to buy my first pair of gymnastic rings. Spoiler alert, it was the best purchase of my entire life. It was just a little over 3 years ago when I got to unpack them for the first time. I fell in love with them instantly. Not to say they didn't humble me, because boy oh boy, yes they did. All I wanted to do on them were some basic dips. However, I was shaking like a leaf on them. But I accepted the challenge and trained relentlessly to achieve those ring dips, which now I can confidently do with 40 kgs or 88 pounds added. And yeah, you could say that's not much progress for 2 to 4 years of training, but hey, I was just a kid new to the game, and now I can say with full confidence that the knowledge I gained over these 3.5 years is invaluable. That's why I decided to start this channel, to share the experiences I've had, the mistakes I made along the way, the training methods that helped me the most, and my whole fitness journey, so you can learn from it and achieve your fitness goals faster with more confidence. Because quite frankly, I knew what I know now about training, I would achieve my goals 3 times faster. That's the power of training experience and knowledge. I am still learning, of course, making mistakes, trying out different training styles and methods to see what works best. If you want to join me on this journey, do consider hitting that subscribe button so you won't miss my next video.
I'ma pull up to the club with tequila in my cup.